Tilly's magical day at the farm. Tilly's magical day at the farm. Tilly woke up feeling a rush of excitement. Today was special. She was finally going to visit Uncle Joe's farm. She quickly got dressed, grabbed her little backpack, and ran downstairs. "Slow down, sweetheart," Grandma chuckled, handing Tilly a small basket. "Take this with you. You might find something special to bring back." Tilly's eyes sparkled. "What kind of special thing, Grandma?" Grandma smiled mysteriously. "That's for you to discover." With a giggle, Tilly hugged her grandma and dashed outside to where Uncle Joe was waiting by his big red truck. "Ready for some farm fun?" Uncle Joe grinned as he lifted Tilly into the front seat. "Yes, I want to see all the animals and maybe even ride a tractor." Uncle Joe laughed as the truck rumbled down the road toward the farm. "Well then, you're in for a treat." As soon as they arrived, Tilly jumped out and looked around in amazement. The farm was alive with sounds: cows mooing, chickens clucking, and birds chirping in the trees. She inhaled deeply. "It smells so fresh here, like grass, sunshine, and, oh, something sweet." Uncle Joe pointed toward the orchard. "That's the apple trees. They're just about ready for picking." Tilly's eyes widened. "Can I pick one?" "Of course, but first, let's meet some of the farm animals." Excited, Tilly followed Uncle Joe to a wooden fence where a group of woolly sheep were grazing. One of them lifted its head and trotted over. "Hello, Mr. Sheep," Tilly said, reaching out cautiously. "He likes you," Uncle Joe observed. "His name is Clover." Tilly giggled as Clover nuzzled her hand. "His wool is so soft." Just then, a small brown goat appeared and tugged on Tilly's shoelace. She gasped and looked down. "Whoa, who's this little troublemaker?" Uncle Joe laughed. "That's Benny. He's always up to mischief." Benny bleated and wiggled his tail. Tilly crouched down. "Are you trying to untie my shoes? That's very sneaky." Benny nibbled at her sleeve playfully before bounding off toward the chicken coop. "Come on, let's collect some eggs," Uncle Joe said, leading Tilly to the wooden henhouse. "Are the hens going to be mad if I take their eggs?" she asked, peeking inside. Uncle Joe shook his head. "Not if we're gentle. Here, try it." Tilly carefully reached into a nest and picked up a warm brown egg. "Oh, it's so smooth." She placed it carefully in the basket Grandma had given her. "This is so cool. I never thought about where eggs come from before." Uncle Joe smiled. "That's what a farm is all about, seeing how things grow from food to animals." After visiting the animals, Uncle Joe had one more surprise. "Come with me to the barn," he said, leading Tilly through the large wooden doors. Inside, Tilly gasped. A beautiful chestnut horse stood beside a smaller, wobbly-legged foal. "A baby horse," she whispered. "Born just last night," Uncle Joe said. "Would you like to name her?" Tilly thought for a moment, then smiled. "I'll call her Star. Her eyes are so bright." Star nuzzled Tilly's hand gently. "She's so soft, and she smells like fresh hay." "You've got a way with animals, kiddo," Uncle Joe said with a chuckle. The day wasn't over yet. Uncle Joe lifted Tilly onto his big green tractor, and she held on tight as it rumbled to life. "This is amazing," she laughed as they rode across the fields. When they stopped near the orchard, Uncle Joe handed Tilly a basket. "Think you can pick some apples?" Tilly reached up and plucked a shiny red apple. She took a big bite, and her eyes lit up. It's the best apple I've ever tasted." Uncle Joe grinned. "Fresh from the farm always tastes better." They sat under a big tree, eating apples and cheese sandwiches as the sun began to set. Tilly sighed happily. "I don't want to leave. Today was the best day ever." Uncle Joe patted her head. "The farm will always be here, waiting for your next visit." As she climbed back into the truck, Benny the goat bleated loudly, as if to say goodbye. Tilly laughed. "I think he wants me to stay." As they drove home, a soft breeze blew through Tilly's hair, carrying with it the scent of apples and hay. She held her basket close, filled with eggs, apples, and memories of a perfect day on the farm. Watch our first viral hit from the Tilly Stories and Nad's Adventures series. Don't miss the magic. The end.